Hello, this is Lucas, and I am going to be having a look at Maniac, Guardian of Mankind, which is a fourth party knockoff oversize version of the studio series Sharkticon Gnaw. It's a 3-pack. It comes in a big old box. And I don't know if Maniac's the name of the company. The figure's called Guardian of Mankind. Also, our little buddy. Maybe it's called our little buddy. It's a big old box because you get 3 of them, and it's a masterpiece version of the Studio Series 86 Gnaw. So, here's one of them. Here's the Studio Series one. Here's another one. And here's one. In the old man. Now this is a great set. I primarily collect masterpiece scale figures. I'm aware of the current mainline. Around the time I started collecting was when the War for Cybertron trilogy kicked in on the mainline toys. And I don't know, through the Facebook groups and that, I've had an awareness of the War for Cybertron figures, the mainline figures. And I got this one for my son, who's into Transformers, and it's a great little figure. It's one of his favourites. And when this set came up, I got it from Shozy. I just had to get it. It's about 30 quid, and 30 quid for 3 of these masterpiece scale. I just had to give it a go, really, and I'm glad I did. They're incredible quality. Let's just pop those to the back. So yeah, you get 3 of these figures in the box, and each figure comes with the gun, which is a blown up version of that one, with the tail articulated at the tail joint, which again, you know, exactly the same, blown up, slightly shinier plastic, I guess. And the other thing you get is the fin, which plugs into the back of the figure. I think it's supposed to go that way up in block mode. See, you get all the same things. Something that's interesting about the accessories is they're still 5mm ports, I think. So, big gun fits in his hand. Oh, that's a bit loose. No, okay, maybe I'm wrong. They're about the same size ports. Speaking of the accessories, the only slight QC issue with these out of the box is these guns. I've pushed them together now, but they weren't quite pushed together, and there was a gap. Oh, and there's like a little bit of flash from the mold, but you know, I can sort that out. But overall, these are incredible quality. Very tight joints. What's that? There's a pin in there, so that's on a pin. This is on a pin, but the pins are really tight. It's exactly the same articulation, exactly the same transformation as the little one. I'm aware some people might be picking these up, like I am, as masterpiece collectors. Not everyone is going to have quite such an awareness of the original figure. You might not keep up to date with what's happening in the mainline world. You might not have offspring who share your interests that you're buying them for, so you might not have handled this. So not everyone's going to be familiar with the transformation. So I'm going to quickly attempt the transformation of this figure, just to show you how you do it. It's pretty simple, so bear with me a sec, I'll do that. Okay, just before I show you the transformation, I'm just going to point something out. So you get 3 of these in the box. One of them has some additional paint details on, this one, and he's got paint picked out, these 3 red spots there, this slightly greenish gold here and here. In the cartoon, these gold bits were actually very green in the bits I've seen, but I'm gonna paint these guys, I think. But yeah, the other 2 that you get don't have those details picked out. So I just thought I'd highlight that. Apart from those very small paint details, they're all exactly the same and unpainted, it's just plastic. Right, so yeah, transformation, pretty simple. They did give you some instructions. I got my son to show me how to transform him rather than try and go by instructions. I don't like instructions. You have to remove the accessories. Oh, it's just... you do have to, these are supposed to be out. These are heel spurs that go out in robot mode. So put the heel spurs in, put the arms up to the side just for the moment to get them out of the way, put the hands in. Yes, there are some, not much, there are some hollow bits on this because it's a blown up mainline figure. Those hands go into those hollow sections there to form the base of the feet. And the backpack comes out and up and over, and then the entire chest piece rotates 180 degrees. Just leave that there for the minute. The back, what was the back of the figure, untabs and folds up, and this reveals this sort of flat plate which the legs are going to fold into and towards. On the soles of the feet you have these peg holes, and inside his back plate you've got these 2 pegs. You need to make the bottom of his feet meet those pegs. So fold the leg 90 degrees, fold the foot at the sort of shin, so the back of the foot meets the back of the thigh, and then at the hip you fold down, and that's where the foot meets the back and clicks in, hopefully. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to get that peg hole in the foot to engage with that peg inside the back. So yeah, fold that up, and this one doesn't like going in. Right, got that one in. They're just a bit funny to line up sometimes. So, where was I? So, now the head on this whole hinge assembly now comes back round, and this back plate meets up with the butt back plate. There's a little tab there in the middle and 2 tabs here that are supposed to sort of wrap around it and latch in. Doesn't latch in brilliantly. This sort of line here has a tendency to be a bit loose, but particularly if you don't get those feet tabbed in, you need to get those feet tabbed in to make this back be able to come together. Okay, so we're nearly there. Like I say, it's a pretty simple transformation. These back legs just go down. So they're positioned like that. And you just sort of position the legs like this. These arms on the side of the body can just come forwards. You can open the mouth. The head just stays inside the mouth. That doesn't go anywhere. There he is. It's a very nice head sculpt, by the way. It's just like the original, but it's just a really cool, nice head sculpt. But that kind of just sits inside the mouth. Doesn't matter, because when you've got the mouth closed, it just covers it up. That's the transformation. The tail plugs into the butthole, tail hole. And the gun canister, there's a peg hole there for the gun. And there's a little peg on the handle of the gun sticking out the side, which goes in there. So you can have the gun mounted on the side of your Sharkticon. And that's it in beast mode, I don't know, Sharkticon mode. And it's great. I mean, just like the original, it's a fantastic figure. Look at the paint on those eyes. Nice and shiny. Like I say, this is the one with the extra paint details, but it's only these bits that are really extra. All of them look like this. I didn't really do articulation in bot mode. Bottom jaw can go up and down, revealing the head to various extents. The top of the head has a articulation as well. There's another little bit of sort of flash there from the mold, which again I can chop off. These arms on the side rotate at the shoulder and the elbow. I'll just take that gun off. The back legs, I mean, he stands perfectly well, but you can splay the legs out if you want for a wider stance. You can have him standing higher up if you want, slightly less balanced. There's lots of articulation here in the rear legs, which are the arms of the bot mode, and the tail, waggly waggly. I've got one in bot mode, yeah. And get rid of these accessories. Articulation on the actual bot head, kind of limited, I guess. It goes up and down, can rotate all the way around. Do love that head sculpt. The arms go all the way out to the side. They've got a bicep swivel, elbow bend of more than 90 degrees, despite the chunky sculpt. Nothing really in terms of hand articulation. It's just a solid fist that folds away for transformation. Legs go all the way forward and pretty much all the way back. Knees bend 90 degrees. It's got good ankle rockers that break the sculpt massively. It's just, you know, puts a slice through his leg. But again, this is just a mainline figure that's been blown up. You shouldn't really expect masterpiece articulation or styling for this. Oh yeah, that's the other bit of gappiness in the back of here. But it's not the most gappy of mainline figures, and in a masterpiece display, it's a great little placeholder till somebody does come up with a decent masterpiece Sharkticon. Speaking of masterpiece displays, let's get some figures in here for comparison. There's Fans Toys Hoodlum, Hot Rod. There's Fans Toys Coot, or Cup. Who's not going to stand up? Can we have any of them waving a tail? I don't know. Possibly. Yeah. So it's a big figure. Like I say, it's fine for masterpiece. It's a fun figure, cheap, cheerful, and what, a tenner each. See that there's that bit not latching in properly. You can't really go wrong. They're a tenner a pop for 3 masterpiece Sharkticons, can you? As I said, I'm gonna probably paint these, just because they're cheap enough to mess about with. Really good fun. Definite recommend. Shark Maniac. Guardian of Mankind. Our little buddy. As I said, I got these from Showzy Store. I'll pop a link in the description. Definite recommend from me. Great fun. I hope you found this useful. Cheerio.